The Navy SEAL Team's SOS had been broadcasting for 6 hours with no response when a calm female voice suddenly broke through their radio. "Bravo 6, this is Phantom. I have eyes on your position." Team leader Marcus Stone had never heard that call sign before, but when sniper fire began eliminating hostiles with impossible precision from ridges 2 miles away, he realized they were being saved by someone who officially didn't exist. From which city around the world are you watching today? If this story moves you, please subscribe to Rising Life Stories to help us share more stories of hidden heroes. But Phantom wasn't just any sniper. She was Captain Elena Vasquez, the most classified marksman in U.S. military history. Operating alone in the Afghan mountains for 3 months, Elena had been conducting deep reconnaissance missions so secret that even the Pentagon had lost track of her location. Her official status was missing in action, but she had actually gone deeper undercover than any operator before her. What team leader Marcus Stone didn't know was that Elena had been tracking his SEAL team's mission from the shadows, knowing that intelligence failures had led them into a carefully planned ambush. Her intervention wasn't coincidental. She had been waiting in position for 6 hours, calculating wind patterns and identifying targets while listening to their increasingly desperate radio calls. The sniper fire that was about to save Stone's team would come from ranges that broke every known record for precision shooting. Elena's shots would be so accurate and well-timed that the enemy would believe they were under attack by an entire battalion, never suspecting that a single woman with a rifle was systematically dismantling their entire operation from positions they couldn't even see. The Hindu Kush mountains of eastern Afghanistan stretched endlessly under a moonless sky as Navy SEAL Team Bravo 6 moved through the rocky terrain toward their extraction point. What should have been a routine intelligence-gathering mission had become a nightmare when enemy forces had surrounded their position with a precision that suggested detailed knowledge of their movements. Team leader Lieutenant Marcus Stone crouched behind a boulder formation, keying his radio for the 12th time in 6 hours. "Base, this is Bravo 6. We are surrounded and require immediate extraction. Enemy forces estimated at company strength, multiple positions. Repeat, we need immediate support." Static was his only answer, as it had been since the ambush began. Stone's 8-man team was trapped in a valley with enemy fighters controlling the high ground on 3 sides. Every attempt to break out had been met with accurate fire from positions that seemed to anticipate their movements. "Chief, we've got movement on the North Ridge," whispered Petty Officer First Class Jake Morrison, the team's designated marksman. "Looks like they're bringing up mortars." Senior Chief Tommy Rodriguez, the team's most experienced operator, moved to Stone's position while maintaining careful watch on their surroundings. "Sir, communications are still down. Whatever's jamming us is sophisticated, military-grade equipment." Stone reviewed their tactical situation with growing concern. His team was well-trained and experienced, but they were outnumbered at least 4-1 by an enemy that had clearly been expecting them. The intelligence that had led to their mission appeared to have been compromised, turning what should have been a routine reconnaissance into a carefully planned trap. "Morrison," Stone called softly, "what's your assessment of enemy sniper positions?" Morrison adjusted his scope, scanning the ridgelines that dominated their position. "Sir, I count at least 3 confirmed sniper nests, probably more. They've got overlapping fields of fire covering all our potential escape routes. Professional setup." The tactical situation was deteriorating rapidly. Stone's team had been pinned down since before dawn, and their ammunition was running low from repeated attempts to break out of the enemy's kill zone. Worse, the sophisticated nature of the ambush suggested that they were facing elite enemy forces rather than the local insurgent groups they had expected. "Base, this is Bravo 6, Stone transmitted again, knowing that the response would be silence but maintaining communications protocol. "We are in immediate danger of being overrun. Request emergency extraction and close air support." Nothing but static answered his call. Petty Officer Second Class. Maria Santos, the team's communications specialist, had been working frantically to restore their long-range communications for hours. "Sir, whatever's jamming us is adaptive. Every time I find a frequency that works, it gets blocked within minutes." Stone made the decision that he had been hoping to avoid. "All right, people. We're going to have to punch our way out. Rodriguez, take Morrison and Chen. Move to the east slope and see if you can find us a way through their lines. Santos, keep working on comms. Everyone else, prepare for movement. But as Stone's team prepared for what might be their final attempt to escape, none of them noticed the figure moving silently along a ridge 2 miles to the north. Captain Elena Vasquez had been tracking their movement since the ambush began, calculating distances and wind patterns while observing the enemy positions that surrounded the trapped SEAL team. Elena's presence in the Hindu Kush wasn't part of any official mission. She'd been operating independently for 3 months, conducting reconnaissance on high-value targets that conventional forces couldn't reach. Her official status was missing in action after her last communication with headquarters had been cut off by enemy action, but Elena had continued her mission rather than attempting extraction. Through her scope, Elena could see the tactical situation clearly. The SEAL team was trapped in a classic kill zone, surrounded by enemy forces that had been positioned with military precision. But what the enemy forces didn't know was that their positions were clearly visible from Elena's vantage point, and that they were about to face the most accurate long-range fire in military history. Elena keyed her radio, broadcasting on the emergency frequency that SEAL teams monitored. Bravo 6, this is Phantom. I have eyes on your position. The unexpected voice on their radio made every member of Bravo 6 freeze in position. Lieutenant Stone stared at his radio handset as if it had spoken to him in an alien language. Say again, Phantom, Stone transmitted, using the call sign that had just broken their 6 hours of communications. Silence. Identify yourself and your position. Bravo 6, I am in Overwatch position north of your location. I have eyes on enemy positions and can provide support. Are you prepared to move on my instruction? Stone exchanged glances with Senior Chief Rodriguez, both understanding that they were dealing with someone who clearly had military training and knowledge of their situation. But the call sign, Phantom, didn't appear in any database they had access to. Phantom, what is your unit and authorization? Stone asked, following protocol for contact with unidentified friendly forces. Well, Bravo 6, I am operating under classified authority. Right now, my authorization is that I can get you out of there alive. Do you want my help or not? The directness of the response, combined with the professional tone and obvious tactical awareness, convinced Stone that he was dealing with an American operator. Given their desperate situation, he made the decision to trust the mysterious voice. Phantom, we are prepared to follow your instructions. What do you need from us? First, I need you to trust me completely. Second, I need you to stay exactly where you are for the next 10 minutes while I clear some positions. Third, when I tell you to move, you move fast and you don't stop until I tell you to. Elena's voice carried the calm authority of someone accustomed to life and death situations. Through her scope, she had identified 17 enemy positions, calculated the optimal sequence for engaging them, and planned a route that would allow the SEAL team to break out of the kill zone. Phantom, understood. We're ready when you are. Elena settled into her shooting position, adjusting her scope for the extreme range engagement she was about to undertake. Her first target was an enemy sniper positioned 2,847 meters from her location, a shot that would require perfect calculation of wind speed, air density, and bullet trajectory. Bravo 6, on my mark you will see enemy fire eliminated from your northeast position. When that happens, be ready to move on my command. Stone's team waited in tense silence, straining to see any sign of their mysterious ally. The ridgeline where Phantom claimed to be positioned was invisible in the darkness, more than 2 miles away from their location. Then, Elena's rifle spoke. The crack of her shot echoed across the valley 3 seconds before the enemy sniper in the northeast position simply disappeared. No muzzle flash, no indication of where the shot had come from, just the sudden silence from a position that had been keeping Stone's team pinned down for hours. Jesus Christ, whispered Morrison, staring through his scope at the now quiet enemy position. That shot came from at least 2 miles out. Elena's second shot followed 30 seconds later, eliminating another enemy sniper with the same invisible precision, then a third shot and a fourth, each one removing a threat from impossible range with accuracy that seemed supernatural. Bravo 6, this is Phantom. In 60 seconds, I'm going to eliminate the machine gun position covering your eastern route. When that gun goes quiet, you will have approximately 4 minutes to reach grid coordinates 341-782. Do you copy? Phantom, we copy. Standing by for your mark. Elena's fifth shot silenced the machine gun that had been blocking the SEAL team's escape route. The moment the gun stopped firing, her voice came through their radios with calm precision. Bravo 6, move now. Head east to grid 341-782. I will provide overwatch and eliminate threats as needed. Do not stop moving. Stone's team moved with the controlled urgency of professionals who understood that their lives depended on perfect execution. As they moved through the terrain that had been a death trap moments before, Elena's rifle continued its deadly work from the darkness. Each shot was perfectly timed and impossibly accurate. Enemy fighters who attempted to engage the moving SEAL team found themselves eliminated before they could bring their weapons to bear. Elena was shooting from ranges that shouldn't have allowed such precision, under conditions that would challenge the best snipers in the world. Phantom, this is incredible shooting. How are you making these shots? Stone asked as his team continued their movement. Bravo 6, less talking, more moving. You have 3 minutes to reach the rally point. As Bravo 6 moved through the mountain terrain under Elena's protective overwatch, the precision and range of her shooting became increasingly remarkable. Each shot eliminated a specific threat at exactly the moment when the SEAL team would have been most vulnerable, suggesting not just exceptional marksmanship, but tactical awareness that bordered on prescient. Contact front, Morrison called out as enemy fighters appeared on a ridge ahead of their movement route. Before Stone could issue orders, Elena's voice came through their radios. Bravo 6, keep moving. Threat eliminated. The enemy fighters on the ridge were eliminated by shots that seemed to arrive before the sound of Elena's rifle reached the SEAL team's position. The precision was so remarkable that Morrison began timing the interval between muzzle flash and impact, trying to calculate the distance of Elena's shots. Sir, Morrison reported to Stone, those shots are coming from over 3,000 meters. I don't understand how anyone can be that accurate at that range. Elena's shooting demonstrated capabilities that went beyond conventional sniper training. She was engaging multiple targets in rapid succession from extreme range, adjusting for varying wind conditions and elevation changes while maintaining accuracy that would have been impressive at half the distance. Phantom, how many hostiles do you have visual on? Stone asked as his team continued their movement toward the designated rally point. Bravo 6, I count 43 enemy personnel in your operational area. I have eliminated 12. Continuing engagement. The systematic nature of Elena's targeting became apparent as Stone's team observed the pattern of her shots. She was eliminating enemy forces in a specific sequence designed to open a corridor for their escape while preventing enemy forces from coordinating a pursuit. Bravo 6, halt movement. You have 3 enemy personnel moving to intercept your route at grid 343-784. Stand by for elimination. Stone's team stopped and waited as Elena engaged targets they couldn't even see. 3 shots in quick succession, followed by silence from the interception position. Bravo 6, continue movement. Route is clear. Senior Chief Rodriguez had been monitoring enemy radio communications and noticed something remarkable. Sir, the enemy thinks they're under attack by an entire company. Their communications are reporting sniper fire from multiple positions simultaneously. Elena's shooting was so rapid and accurate that enemy forces couldn't identify her single position. Her ability to engage targets across a wide area made it appear that they were facing multiple snipers operating in coordination, when in reality, one woman with exceptional skills was systematically dismantling their entire operation. Phantom, what's your ammunition status? Stone asked, concerned about the sustainability of the covering fire that was saving his team. Bravo 6, ammunition is not a limiting factor. Continue movement to Rally Point Alpha. Elena's response suggested that she had come prepared for extended engagement, carrying enough ammunition to continue her supporting fire for as long as necessary. Her confidence in her ability to maintain overwatch indicated someone with extensive experience in solo operations. As Bravo 6 approached the rally point that Elena had designated, Stone began to understand that they were being guided by someone with intimate knowledge of the terrain and tactical situation. The route Elena had chosen avoided every enemy position while providing natural cover and concealment. Bravo 6, you are approaching the rally point. Take defensive positions and wait for my signal for the next movement phase. Stone's team reached the designated coordinates and found themselves in a naturally defensible position with good fields of fire and multiple escape routes. Elena had guided them to a location that maximized their tactical advantages while minimizing their exposure to enemy fire. Phantom, this is an excellent position. How did you know about this location? Bravo 6, I've been operating in this area for 3 months. I know every rock and every ridge. Prepare for Phase 2 movement in 5 minutes. Elena's statement revealed that she'd been conducting solo operations in the Hindu Kush for an extended period, accumulating the kind of terrain knowledge that could only come from prolonged field experience. Elena's second phase of the extraction required Bravo 6 to move through more challenging terrain while she continued to provide overwatch from her concealed position. The enemy forces, now thoroughly confused by the systematic elimination of their personnel, were beginning to withdraw from their original positions. Bravo 6, you will move northwest to grid 345-790. This route will take you through a narrow canyon, but it's the only path that avoids remaining enemy concentrations. Stone's team began their movement through the mountain terrain, following Elena's guidance while marveling at her continued ability to eliminate threats from impossible distances. Her shooting had become so consistent and accurate that they began to rely on her overwatch with complete confidence. "Contact left," Santos called out as enemy fighters attempted to flank their movement. Elena's response was immediate. "Bravo 6, continue movement, flanking element eliminated." The sound of Elena's rifle was followed by silence from the flanking position, confirming that she had eliminated the threat before it could engage Stone's team. "Phantom, your shooting is beyond anything I've ever seen. What's your background?" Stone asked as they continued their movement. "Bravo 6, focus on movement. Personal history can wait until you're safe." Elena's reluctance to discuss her background suggested classified operations and capabilities that couldn't be revealed over unsecured communications. Her insistence on operational security indicated someone with extensive experience in sensitive missions. As dawn approached, Elena guided Bravo 6 to a helicopter landing zone that appeared to have been pre-positioned for emergency extraction. The precision of her guidance and the availability of the extraction point suggested planning and preparation that went beyond spontaneous assistance. "Bravo 6, you have reached the extraction point. Your ride will arrive in 20 minutes. Take defensive positions and wait for pickup." Stone's team established security around the landing zone, while wondering how Elena had arranged for their extraction. The coordination required suggested communication capabilities and authority that went beyond what most operators possessed. "Phantom, we owe you our lives. Will we see you at the extraction point?" Elena's response came after a long pause. "Bravo 6, I operate alone. My mission continues here. Take care of yourselves." As the extraction helicopter approached, Stone's team scanned the surrounding ridges for any sign of their mysterious savior. Elena remained invisible, her position concealed, despite having saved 8 lives through the most remarkable display of long-range marksmanship in modern military history. The helicopter extraction proceeded without incident, with Elena providing final overwatch until Bravo 6 was safely airborne. As their aircraft gained altitude, Stone's team looked back at the mountain terrain where their mysterious guardian angel had operated with such deadly precision. "Chief," Stone said to Rodriguez, "I want a full debrief on everything that happened here. That level of shooting capability doesn't exist in any manual I've ever read." Rodriguez nodded, understanding that they had witnessed something extraordinary that would require careful documentation and analysis. "Sir, I recorded as much as possible. The ranges and accuracy we observed tonight will be difficult for anyone to believe." Back at base, Stone's debrief with intelligence officers raised more questions than it answered. The call sign Phantom didn't appear in any database, and no American forces were officially operating in the area where Elena had provided support. "Lieutenant Stone," the intelligence officer said, "we have no record of any friendly forces in your operational area. Are you certain about the identity of this Phantom?" Sir, I'm certain that someone with exceptional capabilities saved my team. The shooting we observed was beyond anything in conventional military training. The investigation that followed Stone's debrief revealed references to a classified operator who had been conducting solo reconnaissance missions in eastern Afghanistan. Captain Elena Vasquez had been reported missing in action 3 months earlier, but intelligence suggested she had continued operating independently rather than seeking extraction. Sir, the intelligence officer continued, if this was Captain Vasquez, she's been operating without official support or communication for months. Her mission parameters were never designed for extended solo operations. Stone understood that Elena had been conducting her own war in the mountains, using skills that had allowed her to survive and operate effectively in one of the most dangerous regions in Afghanistan. 2 weeks later, Stone received a brief message through secure channels. Bravo 6. Mission continues. Phantom sends regards. Elena Vasquez remained in the Hindu Kush, conducting operations that would never appear in any official record while protecting other teams who would never know her name. 6 months after the rescue, Stone's team was awarded commendations for their successful extraction under hostile conditions. The official report made no mention of Elena's intervention, listing their escape as the result of exceptional teamwork and tactical discipline. Elena continued operating in the Afghan mountains, conducting missions that disrupted enemy operations while remaining officially missing in action. Her legend grew among special operations units who heard whispered stories about impossible shots and mysterious rescues conducted by someone called Phantom. Stone never learned Elena's full story, but he occasionally heard reports of enemy forces being eliminated by long-range fire that seemed to come from nowhere. He understood that somewhere in the mountains, a guardian angel continued protecting American forces while remaining invisible to the world. At Rising Life Stories, we believe that the greatest heroes often operate in complete anonymity, protecting others while receiving no recognition for their sacrifices. Elena Vasquez's story reminds us that courage and skill sometimes manifest in ways that can't be officially acknowledged but save lives nonetheless. Where are you watching from today? If this story of invisible heroism and impossible shots inspired you, please subscribe and share, because there are guardians watching over our forces whose contributions will never be fully known but whose impact saves lives every day.